Ha
Why do we look misty?
Yes, why do we look misty?
Fuck knows. There's no point saying nothing yet. Wait. Just... That's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Here we are. The Gym Rat Pack.
In the house.
Live, baby.
Live and exclusive. And we don't care if no one's here.
We don't.
We don't.
We gotta do what we got to do.
We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one person in here.
Okay, wicked.
Welcome. Who are you?
Welcome.
It's good to see you.
And let us know who you are. But anyway, yeah, Larry Olubami Wall and
Mr. L Rock.
And this is a different little
segment.
Yeah. We've been promising this for a while, and obviously, like, we've had different things we've had to do, but here comes with the whole Liver King thing. We thought that we would combine our knowledge and to give you our take on it live, and also about fake natties in general. Rob from Knots looking forward to the show.
Rob from Knots.
Big you up, Rob. Big up.
Don't leave us.
Make sure you send some super chats, ask some good questions, you know what I mean? Yeah, so listen, like I said, with the Liver King thing, we are out here to expose.
Is that
Dr. Oz? Oh, yes, Doctor.
Dr.
Big up,
Oz?
Doctor. Yes. You know. I love Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
As a close personal friend
Yeah.
of mine and the channels, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So big up Dr. Oz. But yeah, Liver King. Who else is there?
Change your profile name.
Okay. No problem.
As long as you're still involved, Dr. Oz, man.
Of course, we got to chat soon anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liver King has come out as a fake natty now. We all knew. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all knew.
Anyone in the...
With half a brain knew that he was a fake natty, right? But, you know, obviously he got exposed by Derek and Vigorous Steve. He was trying to get Vigorous Steve to coach him.
Yeah.
And obviously Vigorous Steve and Derek from More Plates, More Dates are good friends.
Yeah.
So they spilt the beans, basically. And I know why they probably did spill the beans, because normally they probably wouldn't have. And that's what Greg Doucette and a couple others were giving them shit over.
Like, Greg Doucette was wrong on this occasion.
He was definitely wrong.
And we'll get into that in a minute, but what is he saying?
But Greg Doucette was saying, oh, you know, confidentiality, they shouldn't have outed him, you know. But at the end of the day, and Leon mentioned this before, no one signed anything to say, we are going to coach you.
Yeah.
You approached and they didn't reply.
And like I said, if I'm going to go to you and I'm going to say, I want this, I want coaching, I'm going to give you the bare minimum until we have some sort of contract in place. Right. And I can take you to court if you let my stuff out. Right. I'm not going to say, I'm doing this, I'm on trend, I'm da-da-da-da, hopefully you will help me. You're just sitting in my email. You're just an email.
Exactly.
I owe you nothing.
Right.
So this is why I know Greg on this occasion was wrong.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, Liver King.
Your mate from the gym.
Yes, Mike. Mike was asking you to do this from time.
Well, Mike, see how I obliged.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, so you were saying.
Yeah. So I was saying, they owe nothing. They owe nothing at that point until we have a contract. And if you're walking around saying I'm a natty and I'm not, I'm gonna out you as well.
Right.
I'm gonna out you. Why are you talking foolishness?
Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you a lot of people, he's still got a lot of followers, which I find mind-boggling. But then again, I don't, because people are stupid nowadays. But, you know, it's one thing to claim that you're a fake natty, which for me, in this day and age, is stupid.
Yeah.
But then for you to make hundreds of millions from it and use men's mental health, remember we said about that, as you know, as a point to bring home what you're trying to do, was disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. Do you know what I mean? There's guys out here killing themselves every day. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because they don't feel like they're enough. And then even when you're going out, they say, "Oh, but you take my supplements and this, that, and the other," and you know, they're taking your supplements, training hard, and they're still not seeing the results, nowhere near. You know, they'll feel like failures. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Which exacerbates their mental health issues if they've got any.
Yeah, it makes it worse.
You know what I mean? So, like, I've got no time for someone like Liver King. I've got no time for him. You've made $100 million business. Like, that's sickening to me. That is really sickening to me. But then, you know, we talk about all the other fake natties in this whole fitness industry. We've got the prominent ones like your Michael Hearn, aka Michael Tren.
Michael Tren.
You know what I mean? Michael Tren, who still to this day claims natty, even though at 50 odd, he looks better than most 25-year-olds.
Well, he looks better than when he was 25.
He looks better, right.
So, or 35, or even 40.
Right.
He's at his best, he's at his peak.
Right. And with dwindling testosterone levels, because you can't fight nature, that don't make no sense.
No.
That don't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, these people are doing the fitness industry a disservice.
No, definitely.
In this day and age, because this is the day and age where you're celebrated for your honesty as coming out as using performance enhancing drugs. Do you know what I mean? You are celebrated. Like, there's so many people, so many bodybuilders who are on YouTube, have their YouTube channels and telling people about their cycles. Brandon Hardin's one.
Yeah. Always honest about what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, and I might not like him as a person per se.
But you have to respect.
I have to
his
respect
hustle.
Yeah,
he's not saying, "Oh, I'm a gym shark don and I'm natural
and I only take amino acids or any of that shit."
Why don't you like it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because he's into this OnlyFans thing and
is he doing all that?
He does it with his girl apparently. Yeah, so as soon as I hear that, I check out.
Yeah, that's the super money hungry.
Yeah.
You're selling your soul.
I don't agree with immorality, but there you go. You know, at the end of the day, you're celebrated in this day and age for your honesty when it comes to PEDs. So,
and these people, not that I'm saying this right, they're not just all right shape. They're over the top. You know, there's people that are borderline. You don't know if they're natural or not. And they could probably get away with saying they're natural.
Yeah.
Because you could look like that naturally. However, when you're Liver King, when you're Michael Tren, you know, and you're saying you're natural, chicken and broccoli is not going to do it. And a couple protein drinks, and a pre-workout, and you know, amino acids and creatine. No, it's just not enough.
No, not at all.
We've been in this game far too long.
Mike,
I know you know about this. You know.
And then let's go to the other side, the female side, which is even more shocking.
Yeah.
You got former Miss Olympia, multiple time Miss Olympia. I think she was either fitness or can't remember if she was bodybuilding or fitness, but Dana Lynn Bailey, who has shoulders comparable to, you know, a well-developed man, saying that she's natural. If you only have to look at pictures of Dana Lynn Bailey to realize she's nowhere near natural. And then you've got someone who's not even a bodybuilder, a CrossFitter, Danielle Spiegel, saying that she's natty. And she looks more muscular than most guys in the gym that I know that use steroids. And she's not even a bodybuilder.
Nope.
She's not even a bodybuilder.
No. So with that kind of endurance, she would lean down so hard that she would never be able to carry that muscle mass. It would never.
It wouldn't happen.
That's, what's that, anaerobic? What's it called?
Yeah, so you got your anaerobic and you got your aerobic.
Yeah.
If you're trying to go aerobic, you're going to have to lose some muscle mass for that. Do you know what I mean? Which she would have to.
Because everything's so quick and it's so high intensity.
Right.
So there's no way she could keep that.
Not at all.
No way.
So that, you know, Danielle Spiegel is another one when it comes to the female side of fake natties. You know what I mean? Which I think with the female side of things, it's very obvious who is and isn't a fake natty, because female physiology is a little different to men. They're super sensitive to any male, to any androgen. This is why, you know, a little speck of anavar can do wonders in a woman, but would do absolutely nothing in a man.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not working.
Because we have, I think, up to 10 times the testosterone levels in men than females. So that explains, you know, the muscularity of men, the skeletal mass, you know, the density, and so on and so forth.
Hence, we're not going into that, but this
whole
transgender, if I turn into a woman, the density that I've built,
you ain't losing.
I can't get rid of it.
You losing that
stuff that I've built over years and that was naturally given to me. You're not losing it.
You're not losing it. That's why
it's not fair.
That's why the argument, just on a tangent, just going on there. The
help
argument about men after they've gone through puberty to then transition to female is mute. That's nonsense. You are keeping your male. If you haven't gone through puberty, there might be some sort of argument. But the question I would ask is, if you haven't gone through puberty, you're still a child. So no one should be even trying to say...
You can't make informed choices.
Right.
You can't.
Thank you.
You
so
can't.
transitioning shouldn't even be in a conversation.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
So there's that side of things. So we've got. What do you think about what these fake natties are doing to the fitness industry?
I actually think they're holding it back. They're holding it back by it being under cloak and dagger, under a cover of darkness. These things should be open so people can learn. It can be out there. The information's available for everyone. This is how I got here. This is the risk that I took. So people can be informed and make informed choices. And if they don't do that, if they keep doing this pretending, that's why The Rock says nothing about it, Chris Hemsworth says nothing about it, Hugh Jackman says nothing about it. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But if they made it a bit more obvious, then it can be taken serious all over the world. And it can be, distributed properly, measured, and people can make informed choices about whether they want to do it or not. Because there's a whole load of them overdeveloped certain parts of their body that you're never gonna get. You can do chest every day for the next 20 years,
and you're not gonna get
certain. You're not gonna get that scoop, that swoop, that mass. Shoulders, the androgen receptors are not gonna do anything. You know?
Do you know what I mean?
You look like a coat hanger that way. You're not gonna get that. You're just gonna get normal. Some people can. There are people that develop really well, and you might not be sure, but
they are very
few and far between.
We're talking about the elite of physique.
Yeah, the elite.
That they're usually the ones that if they take androgens or performance enhancing drugs, they just right. But naturally, they can still hang.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
They can hang.
You know what I mean? Like, Ronnie Coleman was a good one because he said up until the first Olympia win, he didn't take anything.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I believe him.
Yeah.
As shocking as that, because you could see the physique change.
Yeah.
You could see his physique change. Do you know what I mean? But in fact, I preferred his physique when he wasn't using.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
great.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he didn't blast it.
Yeah.
Because when you have great genetics, you don't have to. You can minimal. Less is more.
Yeah.
You can
100%.
Lovely.
100%. And most of the guys that I know, myself included, have not taken much. Really. I mean,
if you're genetically gifted and you just touch a little bit of fairy dust, a little bit of Tremboli sandwich,
Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, I agree with you, Leon. I think they are holding the fitness industry back simply because a lot. So I'm not going to mention this fake natty because he's a little too close to home.
Yeah, I know
what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but this guy is from the UK. He sells a lot of programs. He's actually made a ton of money and lives in the States now, right? But he still to this day sells a lot of programs based on how he looks and that people can look like him.
Yeah,
right. Now, the problem is that when these people buy these programs and go through these programs and then they still don't look like this guy, what's next?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They either get disheartened and don't work out at all, or they say, right, I'm going on the gear, and then that leads to other things because they don't inform themselves most of the time about what performance enhancing drugs are all about, the benefits, the risks, and so on and so forth, and how to do it in a correct manner.
The pros, the cons, the mental health. If you suffer from certain anxieties, if you're predisposed to things,
that's why blood work is important beforehand.
Will actually ruin your life, and you will wish that you never even went to the gym,
right?
Let alone used.
Right.
You'd be better off just staying at home. You know, and this is it. These are the things people don't tell you. They tell you the upside. They don't tell you the downside. But there doesn't have to be a downside. This is the thing. And if it was out in the open and doctors were well versed in it, and you know, there wouldn't be a downside. Unless you abuse it, but that's just like anything. Someone can have one drink, they're fine. Someone will have, you know, 10 every night, you're not fine. It's as simple as that.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we're privileged in this country because it's not illegal. Like, you can have steroids in your possession, anabolic steroids and performance enhancing drugs in your possession, as long as you're not trying to sell them. It's perfectly legal to have that. You can even import them on your person from another country that you can buy them over the counter. That's why you see loads of people going to Turkey and Thailand. You know what I mean? Steroid holiday. You can even import them in your suitcase, no problem. That's the law, right? The law doesn't allow you to, as it used to, get it sent by post anymore. You can't get done for that, which is a stupid law. It doesn't make any sense.
What, so you can go buy it?
You can go buy it and bring
come
it
back
in
and say, this is mine.
And you
can see it's personal use.
But you can't get it posted, which it don't make no sense. I don't know who makes these stupid laws up. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that you know, we're privileged in this country that it's not illegal as it is in America, right? In America, you get caught with anabolic steroids and you're getting stung. Like, you're getting a big bird. But coincidentally, it's easier to get your doctor to prescribe it in America than it is here. And that's probably because of the private healthcare over there and then the NHS over here.
But you know why also? Because it's a loophole, isn't it? So it's illegal, no one can have it. So where are you going to go? You're going to go to the doctor. So if it was illegal here and the doctors knew that they can make a good money here, you start seeing more practices open up and
possibly,
like even just to have it, own it, see it.
Possibly.
I think it would force the hand.
It might do. It's a tricky situation because over here, we don't have the healthcare system that the Americans do. So we know in America, money talks. It's all private. Money talks, right? So, like you said, we're not allowed to have it, but you can get it prescribed by a doctor. Doctor's going to say, okay, this wrong with you.
And that'll cost you $50. In Philadelphia, $50.
But in the UK, because we have the NHS here, it doesn't necessarily cost you. And the problem is, if you go private
is private.
Cheddar cheese, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, with the proliferation of TRT clinics in the UK now, it is getting easier, but that's only for testosterone.
Alone.
Yes.
Just
not the other anabolic steroids, which you can get.
Whereas,
so in America, I think at the moment, because they have stopped manufacturing a lot of anabolic steroids, but the anabolic steroids that are still in the market that the doctor can prescribe for you in the US is testosterone, nandrolone, Deca, Anavar, oxandrolone, and halotestin, which is fluoxymesterolone, the chemical name. So I think those four. I'm not aware of any others that can be prescribed in America by a doctor. Over here, it's even less. I think you've got Deca, you've got, which is nandrolone, you've got testosterone, obviously, in various forms, and then you have Anavar. And, in America, you also have Anadrol, Anapolon, oxymethylone. So you also have that here as well. So you got 5 in America. Now, over here, your doctor's not going to prescribe that to you. No. Do you know what I mean? Your doctor's not going to prescribe that to you on the NHS.
You're lucky if you get headache tablets over it.
If you find a private doctor, and there are some private doctors who are willing to prescribe, again, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's why you see a lot of hedge fund guys who got money. You know, a couple of people who got money. They will go to the private doctors and get prescriptions for whatever they can get prescribed for. But otherwise, they'll go to an underground lab and get their stuff. Do you know what I mean? And
danger zone.
Yeah, unfortunately, because
danger zone.
There's a lot to be said for. I mean, there are some good underground labs, but there are some a lot of very shady ones as well. You'll get infections. You can end up dying. You know, so it's always better to get a pharma grade product than an underground product. But if you've got a reliable underground lab, c'est la vie. So what basically, you know, I would say that the only people who don't need to be telling the truth when it comes to performance enhancing drugs,
lying bums,
I think are professional athletes who obviously get tested. What do you think?
Yeah, well, what's the point?
Do you know
what's the point in lying?
No. I mean, if you're a tested athlete,
I'm lying.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm lying
because we get it. Your career is.
But if I'm just like I go gym and I'm an
bodybuilder,
influencer,
even bodybuilder.
Yeah,
you're not getting tested as a bodybuilder.
No,
you're not getting tested.
No,
you know what I mean. And okay, there are some powerlifters, but I'm not talking about powerlifting. I'm talking specifically about bodybuilding, physique, and stuff like that. Those guys are not getting tested. No. So what's the point in lying? And it's like because before they used to have the argument that it used to hurt their sponsorship.
Right.
Quite obviously, that's not the case now.
No, you don't see people running away. Looking good now.
No, exactly. Because people don't care. Because they know people don't care now. Do you know what I mean? No. And that's why I take your point about how actors, well-known actors, should actually start coming out and telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't see how it's going to hurt them.
Well, it's not.
I don't see how it's going to hurt them.
No,
you know
it's
what I mean?
not.
I can't see how people are not going to go watch The Rock's films anymore because he's admitted that he's on gear.
Yeah, that's your body.
Or Chris Hemsworth. Do you know what I mean?
What happened to My Body, My Choice? For the Mandem. My Body, My Choice. It's true though.
Oh man.
You know? But just on a quick one, I know we only got a couple of people in there. There's like 4. Can you just like the video? Like, it helps. So none of you like it. Not one. Mike, are you even still here? Mike, if you're watching, just give me a like. If I don't see a like, that's it. Me and you are never training again. I'm spit in your eye.
Oh man. But listen, what we've got to understand is with the whole thing about performance enhancing drugs. Yes. The whole thing about performance enhancing drugs, we've said in the past and we're going to say it again. Look, the whole system needs to change.
Yeah.
When it comes to athletes in general, the whole system needs to change because people are getting away with it regardless. Yeah. People don't care. The testing system is not fit for purpose and never will be for that matter because they're constantly coming out with new drugs all the time to beat the testing.
Yeah.
And even the old drugs beat the testing system. You know what I mean? If you use, and I've said it once, I've said it time and time and time again, if you use bioidentical hormones, your testosterone, your growth hormone, your EPO, which is all made in the body, it is very difficult for them to detect it.
Yeah.
And you can microdose it, which is what a lot of athletes do now to evade testing positive. Microdosing it to the point where you can still take it a few hours before you get tested and still pass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Think about it. Most testosterones have esters. So you got your testosterone enanthate, testosterone propionate.
Long ester,
right.
Short ester. Right.
If you take straight testosterone with no ester, that's in and out of your system within hours. Yeah. So think about what we said before. The testing, VADA and WADA, they've got a window where they can't test you because athletes need to rest. That's between 11 p.m. and I think 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning.
So you just shook up yourself a couple times.
You've got at least 7 hours there.
Okay.
Straight testosterone will be in and out within those 7 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That quick?
That quick.
I knew it was quick. I didn't know it was within hours though.
It's that quick.
Okay.
So do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to get caught.
Yeah.
If I'm really on my P's and Q's, I don't need to get caught. Growth hormone is in and out of the system within an hour.
Yeah.
Within an hour. Tell me, because there's only a couple of idiots have been caught with growth hormone. Have you heard about any growth hormone positives?
No.
Right.
Never growth.
Right.
Never growth.
Right. I've only heard of one in rugby, and he must have taken it literally before he went to go and play rugby.
Wow.
Play a match. Because how are you getting caught when it's in and out of your system within an hour?
He must have done it on the field though. What,
he's lining up to go to the field.
In the scrum.
Yeah.
That was in the scrum, putting it in his leg.
Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. An EPO Do you know what? There's a trick with EPO actually that people used to use. I don't know if they can still use it now. But when EPO first came out as a performance enhancing drug, especially among the cyclists, people used to use it even on the day they get tested. And you know how they used to get away with it? Because it's a protein hormone. Yeah. Just like growth hormone. Yeah. And at the time they were only urine testing. They will take some detergent, like a Daz, that has that gets rid of biological stains. Because it has protease enzymes that will break down proteins.
How do you know this stuff?
Bro, come on, man.
How do you know this stuff?
So what they'll do is they'll have some in their pocket. Yeah. Like just literally like
some dust.
Dust.
Yeah.
So you only need a tiny bit. Yeah. Right? And then pee on your fingers as you're peeing into the cup. Yeah. And it does its job. By the time it gets to the lab, no EPO. It probably still going now. But I don't know if they can test to see if you have
a foreign body or
something. Yeah. But that's how they used to get. Okay. There's so many. That's what I'm saying. There's so many ways to evade tests. It's back in the day when tests, I think in the 70s and 80s, they used to just drink what's it called? Vinegar. Drink a bottle of vinegar before you get tested. You won't test positive.
A bottle.
Because it messes with the pH system.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I mean? So it makes the urine acidic, so it doesn't allow. It basically doesn't allow good reading. Okay. So, but obviously the tests are too sensitive now for that to work. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to outline.
There's
always a way to get
around it. There's always it's just like, new cars. You use computer now. Before it was just that Jimmy.
Right. Right.
There's always
and the problem is that by the time the testing authorities have found out what they're doing, they've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 new tricks up their sleeve. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they're always behind.
They're way behind.
Always behind the curve.
Way behind. You know what I mean? So it's like Psalms, for instance. When we found out about Psalms, I heard they were using it even in the Beijing Olympics. That's how because they weren't testing for it at that time.
Right.
That's how a lot of them were just smashing performances. Yeah. And then when they finally found out about it, okay, time to move on to something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think the whole testing system needs to just be. Anyway, my thoughts on it. I think that they need to just test athletes from a health standpoint.
Yes.
And not performance enhancing drug standpoint.
A health standpoint.
That way, then there's no argument. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
There's no argument, and there's no way to kind of like falsify that.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
So you get your blood pressure, your liver function, your kidney function. All that, your red blood cell count, your white blood cell count, all that good stuff. Get that, get that tested for. If you're good to go, you can compete. And then that would actually stop these athletes taking the piss with these drugs as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It would stop abuse.
Exactly.
It would stop abuse.
Exactly. And I think personally, funnily enough, I was having a conversation today with someone, and they were like, "Why don't they just have it over the counter like other countries, like Thailand, like Turkey, for instance?" And I said, "You know what? Why don't they? Because you don't hear any problems over there.
No,
you don't hear any problems about performance enhancing drugs over there with the public and whatnot. Because you can buy stuff over the counter. You don't need a doctor's prescription to buy stuff over the counter. Yeah. Which is why I'm glad Turkey never entered the EU, by the way, because that will quickly change. Because Greece used to be the same. Remember, Greece used to be the same. Now it's no more because it's an EU country. But yeah, I feel like, similar to what Leon said, my body, my choice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
my body, my choice.
So guys, while we keep droning on, do you have any questions that you would like to ask or any comments? And please send a super chat with those questions, please. Yeah? But we'll carry on. We'll carry on while we wait for the super chat. You get me? Now, there is something to be said about the over availability of performance enhancing drugs, and we've seen this in the gyms everywhere we've been. I do feel that they are over available because every Tom, Dick, and Harry now, when they want to start the gym, go straight on steroids, and that's not the correct way.
No.
That's you need to be training a good while, a good at least a couple of years. You need to know your body inside out, and you need to be training at a certain intensity to be able to say, yeah, I can now take advantage of these substances.
Yeah. It's gonna enhance my performance.
You can't mess up my health.
Piss poor performance and think that you're just gonna get the great results.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because this is why a lot of guys are messing themselves up. They think they'll have lazy eating habits, they'll have lazy training habits, and they think they can make up for those two with performance enhancing drugs.
No.
Some people can, but the majority can't. Again, those same people have great genetics.
Yeah. They could eat rubbish and look good anyway.
Right.
That's my guy, Mike.
Oh, Mike. Okay, you didn't ask this as a super chat, but we're gonna answer anyway. Let's get that question up.
Yeah, Mike.
Let's get that question. That's not very nice.
Mike's got twins on the way.
Oh, okay.
He's got twins on the way.
We excuse you, Mike.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
What's
Whoops.
What are you doing?
Let's get that question up. Let's get that question.
This guy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, what's he saying?
What do you think Michael Hearn could potentially be using? He has had a lengthy career, been around since the 90s and still going. Well, that's quite easy, Mike, because growth.
He's definitely using growth.
And test. And that could be it. Maybe no, actually, he's 50 odd. Maybe a little bit of nandrolone for the joints.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need. You don't need all these, a lot of people overcomplicate this performance enhancing drugs thing. Especially if you're not an athlete, because you'll hear from this one, oh, this cycle works. You'll hear from that one, this cycle works. And it's all a mishmash, and sometimes the simplest thing works the best. Do you know what I mean? This is why
most of the time.
Most of the time. Do you know what I mean? And someone like Michael Hearn, all he needs is a bit of test. He probably doesn't even use that much. Bit of test, bit of growth, bit of nandrolone, because nandrolone obviously helps cushion the joints, and your joints are going to be feeling it at 50 odd years old. So especially the pound. Have you seen the weights that guy lifts? I listen. I only have a problem with Michael Hearn with his lying. That guy is a phenomenally hard worker in the gym.
Yeah, and he looks amazing.
His hard work has paid off.
Yeah. You can't look like that even if you use what he uses.
Right.
That's not the point.
Yeah. So I've got no problem with Michael Hearn using. I've only got a problem with him lying to the public. And it's like what Leon said. If I ain't got a problem with him not telling the public, because that's his business. Even if he's not a tested athlete. Yeah. But I have a problem with, if you are going to speak on it, then you might as well tell the truth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even if you're going to lie, just say, I don't use. End of. You don't need to go into this like The Rock said, oh yeah, I used once when I was 18 and it did nothing.
Yeah, it's still in the system. Yeah, I used once. He's got a drip feed. So maybe he has used once.
Or maybe it was the Captain America serum.
Yeah.
You only have to use that once, innit?
Trust me. The Rock said he used once. Really? The Rock, who got gyno later in life
and had to get
surgery. As a grown man and an athlete, you get gyno in your youth.
And I had it in my youth naturally, to the point, and I've never had it removed. And you can see from my chest, you can see many pictures of me online. I don't have any poking at tissue.
Yeah. No, that's it. When you're like a chubby kid and you eat and whatever way, or not chubby, just overdeveloping. I was more chubby. So, but yeah, he's had the gyno cut out as a man. So he was trained, he's in shape, and then he's established gyno. All of a sudden, doesn't happen like that. Where did this estrogen come from? Where did it come from? And then, he's cut it out, and now look at him. Yeah. How old is The Rock now?
The Rock?
Deep in his 50s, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's deep in his 50s. You can't maintain what he's maintaining.
Of course not.
You can't maintain it. You can't hold that physique. There's no way. You can get lean and come down, but the size and the volume that man keeps is just out of this world. He keeps way too much volume.
Yeah.
And he keeps it all year round. If you look at Chris Hemsworth...
Oh, he's 50. He's 50.
Oh, he's 50.
He's bang on 50.
Okay, all right. So he's not as old as I thought, but even still, at 50,
listen, testosterone levels in men start to decline in your
late 30s.
No, late 20s.
Oh, is it?
Starts to decline.
Starts.
You know what I mean? Starts to decline. There's even some studies that show that it starts to decline at age 25.
Okay.
Because technically that's when you're at your peak.
Yeah, 25.
And so remember, the decline is just gradual, but it's, well, depending on who the guy is anyway, and what your living habits are. Because if you drink alcohol and you smoke weed, it's going to go down a lot more. Yeah. But from let's say it's 30 anyway, 100% we know it starts to decline. By the time you get to 50, and you haven't done any, you haven't had any interventions,
your testosterone's on his knees. It's on his knees, baby.
100%.
It's on his knees.
And again, we're not talking about the elites, the genetic elites, which are the 0.1%. We're talking about the general public, which is like 95% of people. Do you know what I mean? So we don't take anomalies and say, oh, but look at that. No, we take it the general population. And the general population by 50, men anyway, our testosterone levels are down in the ground. And remember, they've done studies now to show that the testosterone levels of men in this day and age is
even worse than they've ever been in history.
Right. And that's due to a lot of factors. That's due to men not being as active as they used to be back in the day. That's also down to environmental factors. So you've got a lot of estrogen-like substances in plastics, in the water, in water. So many things. It's one of the reasons why I don't drink tap water. Because they found a lot of estrogen in tap water. Because women flush their pills down the toilet.
Loads. Eating lots of bread.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeast. A lot of these kind of things.
So a lot of environmental factors have contributed to men having the lowest testosterone levels on record since records have been, been gathered. And
women emasculating men have just killed the testosterone.
So, a 50-year-old nowadays, even if he trains,
to 100 years ago, 50-year-old
doesn't even compare.
Doesn't
even compare. Do you know what I mean? And I was actually listening to a doctor one time in the States. Actually, Dr. Thomas O'Connor, you might know him, the anabolic doctor.
Yes, the anabolic doctor.
Yeah. So he actually said something very interesting. He said the labs depend. There's a lot of leeway in which labs you go to get your testosterone levels checked, because some labs have a different reference range to other labs. Which is weird. But he said in general that the reference range that they have only applies to men nowadays because we have such low testosterone levels.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So he said even if you went 50 years back, he said the reference range would be a lot wider. So you could actually take your levels higher because men had it higher.
Right.
But it's only because of the low levels now that's why the reference range is the way it is. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was really, really interesting.
Well, like we said, men and women today are the most unhappiest we've ever been.
Yes.
With more.
Yes.
With more opportunity, with everything, and having low testosterone in general, mental health, suicidal thoughts, wanting to give up. Not just not being able to,
especially for men.
Especially for men.
Listen, and talking to someone who's got a degree in pharmaceutical chemistry, right? Most most men who suffer from depression, who diagnosed with depression, most of them can be sorted out with testosterone.
A small dose.
Testosterone that is naturally in your body, not some foreign chemical. Like what's the antidepressant name?
Yeah, it's citalopram, sertraline,
all that shit. You know what I mean? Which is foreign and actually causes more problems in the long run.
Do you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually causes more problem in the long run. How many people have you heard that kill themselves because they've been on the wrong antidepressant and whatnot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's.
And we're not saying everyone.
Not
some
everyone.
people it's fine.
Yes, that's true.
Because there's no blanket rule.
Yes. But a lot of people,
Mm.
who would otherwise benefit from testosterone for their depression are not being looked at like that because doctors are not trained in this. And Dr. Oz can speak to that. Dr. Oz will be able to speak to that. They're not. He's had to train himself. To understand the importance of androgens for males. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a crazy. The medicine nowadays. Medicine is not to help people. It seems like to me just to make a fast buck. Yeah. Because it's whatever the companies are pushing. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we saw that with COVID, to be honest with you, but we won't go there. Yeah. We won't go there.
Another story for another day.
Exactly. But I just feel like if you really want to help people, you should, especially when it comes to male health, because let's get it right. Females have had the pill for how long? And that's estrogen, progesterone. Yeah. They've had that for how long? You can go to the doctor and get that like that. But the male equivalent, testosterone, you can't.
HRT for women is available.
Yeah.
TRT for men is not.
It's very difficult. It's almost none of. If you're living in the UK and you're trying to get TRT on the NHS, it's almost impossible. The only person I know is our actor friend. I won't name his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But his levels were so low, like I wondered how he was functioning as a man. That's how low his levels were. So they couldn't deny him. Right. Do you know what I mean? They couldn't deny him. Yeah. That's how low his levels were. But even if you're just borderline, even though it says in the British sexual health or sexual health medicine something, I can't remember the exact name, BSSM. I know that's the acronym. It says in there that even if a man is borderline deficient, they should try testosterone treatment for a few months to see how they respond. Yeah. Even the doctors won't do that. Nope. They won't even do that. Nope. And this is what forces people to go private. Yeah. And spend money sometimes they don't have.
Just to feel better.
Yeah,
we're not this is not even a gym thing. This is mental health, just to try a pick me up.
But this is why I have issue with Liver King. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like if Liver King said, look, guys, I want you to do better. I want you to, not kill yourselves and do better in life. And you can go to your doctor and try and get some testosterone.
Yeah, check your levels out, get your bloods done like Greg does.
Right, exactly.
Like Derek does.
Exactly. Yeah. If he said that, no problem. No, because you're not holding anything back. You know what I mean? You're letting them know what you're doing. Everything is transparent. But no, you held back on that. And as much as a lot of people like to think it doesn't matter, it really does, because that is why if you read those emails that he sent Derek, he was saying, oh, it's so hard for me to stay in shape now. This is why I need to do what I'm doing, because at my age, exactly what we've been saying.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's right. Middle-age spread is real.
Right. Well, speaking of middle-age spread, look how much my man was spending on growth hormone. 15 grand a month.
Yeah, wow. Wow. 15 grand. That's too much.
15 grand a month. Now, I'm not telling anyone to go out and spend that kind of money on growth hormone.
Unless you have it like that.
Well, he was earning 100 million. He had 100 million a year business.
Light work.
That was pocket change to him.
Pocket change.
Do you know what I mean? Which he chiseled out of people because he didn't tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. If you've got money like that, cool. But this is what I'm saying. He held back on all of this. And Liver King was on growth. He was on Deca, he was on testosterone, he was on Winstrol, then he was on all the peptides, he was on IGF-LR3.
And he kept all his hair. How did he keep his hair?
He was on IGF-LR3. I think he was on a couple of other peptides that helped release growth hormone, even though he had growth hormone anyway. Yeah. I think that was all he was using that he actually put in that email, but I think that was all he was using at that point. Right. I'm quite sure he was using a lot more than that in terms of dosaging beforehand to get to that level.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He's using that to maintain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because the testosterone dose was low and the Deca dose was low. So I know he couldn't have built himself on that.
No.
You know what I mean? No. He could not have built himself on that.
This was on a maintenance flex.
That was on a maintenance thing. And I get it, because obviously he was flying everywhere. Your eating is erratic, your training is erratic. You need that little boost.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
You need something to hold you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is why we have an issue with Liver King and his nonsense. You know, you were promoting it like you were a natural. Yeah. Even though obviously anyone with eyes can see that you weren't natural.
Yep.
But the problem is that people want to believe. People want to believe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're so lost sometimes.
That's what I'm saying.
They want something to believe in.
Some people want to believe that, yes, this guy can do it natural. This guy does.
He's eating liver.
Yeah. He's eating. I saw actually speaking. I know this guy was being sarcastic on I think it was Derek More Plates, More Dates shorts. But after they let the cat out of the bag, he wrote a comment. He said, "So I ate all this raw liver and raw testicles for nothing."
But I guarantee you, there were multiple people that ate liver.
Oh yeah, because of him. Yeah. Without a doubt.
I'm thinking, well, I've never heard anyone say anything about liver, Arnie or any. Maybe there's some truth to it. It's a liver. It's inside. It's this. It's that. Yeah. And no people fell for that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You'd have been better off eating corned beef.
Bro, he built $100 million business.
Okay.
That says it all.
What is his business? I don't know.
Well, apparently he's got a few businesses. I only know of the supplement business. I don't know what his other business is.
And the supplement business is worth millions.
Yeah.
Millions and millions. Okay.
Yeah. But you see, if we were to be shysters, this is how you know we're decent people. Because with my knowledge and his knowledge, if we was to be like how Liver King is, we could have made shitloads of cash.
Yeah. And
don't get me wrong, money's important, but you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror.
Where's the integrity?
Right. I've got to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm a decent person. Yeah. I can't. Or look my kid in the eye and say, yeah, I'm a decent guy. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? I can't be selling people false hope.
Yeah.
You know?
You can look like this. You don't know what I'm on. You know? I've had people around me, I've trained with them, and they look like they're carved out of stone. Mm-hmm. I'm natural, Liam.
Yeah, I know you. You know, I know.
I'm natural. To come to find out, when you're doing 1,000 press-ups after 3 plates because you are performance enhanced. And I am just a mere mortal.
They came out of a certain office with a little brown bag.
Yes, a little brown bag. Oh, you went to the chemist, did you? Right. You know what I mean? There's me with my protein and my pre-workout.
Yeah, my creatine.
And my creatine and nothing working. You know what I mean? Looking like shit after 6 months. You know, just injuries and shoulder pains and stuff.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But boy.
I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah. I think, listen, guys, whoever stuck with us, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. No, I had no super chats, but it's all good. It's all good. We know it's a tough time out there.
That's right.
But yeah, man, listen, if you've got any other questions that you'd like to send to us, we will be having a link to our Stream Elements account soon, because we'll be going live a lot more often in 2023.
Yeah, with different bits and bobs.
Yeah. But we will be setting up a Stream Elements account where you'll be able to send tips and questions with those tips, and then we will answer them in subsequent shows. We do have another live stream coming in the next few days, which is about the best films and TV series of 2022 and what we're looking forward to in 2023. So look out for that. We'll let you know when we're doing that in the community tab. But yeah.
Also, shout out to Pele.
Yes. We'll be doing a video on that.
Yeah, legend.
Oh, and don't forget, check out my man's channel, L Rock Rants.
Yeah.
If you like hearing about relationship issues and just general,
and need some dating advice.
Yes. That's the man.
Come on over.
Come on in. Yeah, man. Go see his channel, L Rock Rants. Yeah. But for me
and I,
bye.
You better believe it. Right, how do we get out of here?
I think we just press this one.